He goes, no, 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 no. What do you see? Like, what kind of image do you see? I said, well, you're holding a card and there's like a dried ink spot on it that was splattered. He goes, no, 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 no. I want you to use your imagination and tell me what you see. I said, but now you want me to imagine something that isn't there? Oh, and God. He goes, what? I'm like, you want me to draw something out of my imagination so you could determine what kind of things are below my level of awareness that my mind is creating without my consent, right? Without my express like control. And he goes, just use your imagination. I said, okay. I'm imagining that you don't understand that this is just ink on paper.
Right.
And then he looks at the paper, he stares at it for a minute, he gets up and leaves, and they say, sir, you're done, you can go.
Oh my gosh. Well, she asked me, and I told her, I said, well, it depends on what timeline you're on. You know, I'm like, are you still in the 3D or are you up in the 5D with the angels and the ethers? Like, where are you at? You know, can you see everything? Do you see that it's like a Matrix Truman Show? Can you see that?
Yeah. So. Well, so you got to be careful when you. I would just say no. I don't consent to those
I sung
tests.
Like a canary. I sung like a canary. And it just showed me it told on me as far as that is such a trauma response. You know, because I don't get in trouble like that. I rarely even get tickets. You know, and here I am hogtied. I'm like, okay, this is happy Memorial Day.
I have to say, I recorded the entire interaction I had with the cops when they arrested me last month. Mm-hmm. And man, these guys were so pissed. They were so angry because they threatened me. They asked me all kinds of questions. I never gave anything to them that they wanted. And yet I was so friendly with them. They were like, we can't figure this dude out. It was driving them nuts. They're like, we can't figure this guy out. Why is he so fucking nice? But he's so... they're like, oh yeah, I see you got all these Chuck E. Cheese cards. You got kids? I'm like, do you have kids? He's like, well, I'm not going to get into that. I said, I won't either. And he's like, oh shit.
I was, when I was in the back of the cruiser or whatever, I was talking to the officer and I was like, I asked him about his bond and his oath. And I was like, do you know that you actually you took an oath to like a whole foreign company? Like it's not, you're not even for the people. And I said, I get it. Maybe you're just indoctrinated or maybe a little programmed, but do you know that you're violating the hell out of people? Like I'm talking to him like we're friends.
They know. See, this is why, like the guy who is super hostile to you, he knows he's committing crimes against the people. He's spending every waking hour trying to convince himself he's doing the right thing somehow.
Yeah, I was hoping to plant seeds because I even said something about I said, you know, like every time you get into your car and you're like committing crimes against humanity, I was like, oh, I wouldn't want to be in front of my creator with that heaviness. You know, like I'm like, shit, like you're going to have to report to God.
They don't care.
I don't know. I hoped that, I do hope that things that I said to him, you know, because I wasn't hostile and obviously I didn't try to combat him. Like he was a big guy. I'm a little, you know.
One thing you have to realize is that a lot of these guys are Freemasons. They do not share the same belief system that you have. All right? This is the bona fide truth. This is not like these guys, they're Freemasons. They don't care. And that's the sad truth of the matter. Like when you bring up God and stuff like that, they go, oh, okay, all right, oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
Well, he kept telling me it was nonsense. I said, well, I have a right to travel per the Supreme Court. And he goes, that's nonsense. I said, can you show me where it's nonsense? Like, show me where it actually says that I have to have a license or I have to have my car registered or, you know, I said, and besides, I have a $5 million bond that's actually the insurance for my car. So I feel like I have more than you.
I think, you know, what's funny is I'm looking at the bond and I'm going, I'm giving it to the cop, like, here's my proof of insurance, and the guy won't even look at it. And I'm like, what is it? Is this thing like holy water to like a vampire or something? Like, that's the way I'm thinking, I'm like, you know, if these guys, like they could just go grab that and go, oh, he's creating securities. Oh, we got him on securities fraud. They wouldn't even touch that. I'm like, that amazes me. But it says that there's something about the bond that they just choose to ignore it rather than try to go after it, right?
Well, because anytime they give you a citation, because I had the charge and then I have the 3 or 4 citations, one being no driver's license, which I literally have a driver's license, you know, and I'm like, oh my God. And then the other one was no tag, which I do have my old tag, the Georgia tag, you know, so it's like they're just making up these citations because that it's going to get in, they're going to be able to access the estate or the trust, you know. So here's what's so stupid.
Wait,
on
real
the
quick,
citation,
let me just answer this question. You don't have to be a state national before canceling debt. A U.S. citizen can cancel debt with their signature. I'm sorry, continue.
you're fine. I was just going to say, on the citation, the officer listed my driver's license, Georgia driver's license, on the citation, and then cited me not having a driver's license.
Oh, what?
Make that make sense. Like,
What?
come on. And I even said something to him. I was like, maybe you missed that.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
That's so crazy. Oh, no driver's license. Here's the driver's license number that's still valid.
Right.
like you know, that one's gonna get dropped, right? That they'll drop
Yeah,
that.
it's
All you gotta do
closed.
is just pull out the driver's license, go, here it is, and they go,
Yeah.
well,
The
it's a
driver's
valid
license, the insurance. The only thing that I didn't get at this point is the registration, because that means I would have to go through Georgia, and Georgia has emissions. And I'm not doing that. I don't even live in
Yeah.
that state anymore. Yeah. So
Well, nobody
at this
lives
point,
in the state of
everything's
Georgia.
closed. Do what?
No one lives in the state of any state.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
Hey, Rodeo.
I missed it.
You miss it?
Yeah, I've been waiting to hear Leah tell her story because remember you had gotten off that day.
It's wild.
I know, and we were gonna come back on, but when you did, I had the baby and we were doing running around and I just couldn't come back in. So, dang it.
You know, when you say baby, I automatically think like a cute little baby.
Yeah, a cute little baby. I'm a nanny. I nanny for dear friends. Yeah,
I get confused.
a little baby.
You have different babies around.
Yeah, not one of the baby bucking bulls and not one of the
Okay.
dogs. I had an actual like human baby.
Human baby.
Yeah.
That's cute.
Well, dang it, girl, I missed it. But so, you had court that day at 11:30.
Yeah, and then I didn't go, but I did put everybody on notice, like, hey, I'm not attending your demonic ritual. I don't want to. I'm not in your jurisdiction. You have no delegated authority over me. You have harmed my little body. I'm
Yeah,
scared now, so let's not do that.
My thing, I don't get into the arguments with the cops at all because they insist that they know everything, right? So I just, like when they arrested me, they said, driving is a privilege in New Jersey. I said, I'm not arguing that. I'm not going to argue that. That's a correct statement. But driving isn't that's a job. It's employment. That's the thing they don't understand. And then if you tell them that, they're going to tell you you're wrong. Like, dude,
Well, yeah,
that's
and
wrong.
I told him that. I said, I'm traveling. I said, I'm actually headed home. And he was like, well, you're driving on Florida highways. And I was like, well, no, because I'm not commercial. I don't drive for Uber. I'm not delivering a pizza.
So
I'm not
he's
bringing
under the.
where it brings to go.
You have to remember, he's under the assumption of the common vernacular of the word driving, which means like to operate the car. He doesn't understand that driving in a legal sense, which is the sense that he's actually operating in, has a very specific definition about being employed to transport passengers or property or cargo. for someone, right? Or for yourself. Like an Uber driver is technically employed for himself, but I mean, he's driving an Uber. But he needs a driver's license to do that.
So how did your court go, Joe?
Oh, the lawyer started flipping out, screaming at me, and then they moved it to next month.
Oh my gosh! And isn't that pretty far away from where you live? So you have
No, no, it's pretty close to me. I'm not.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, he started going bonkers, screaming, going crazy. The clerk of the court was like, she's like, I don't know what's going on. This is really bizarre. I said two things. He went freaking bonkers crazy. She was like, I'm confused. What's going on?
What were the two things?
I said, I'm here on behalf of the estate. And then the guy goes, who are you? I said, I'm the executor. And he started screaming and he was actually cursing too. I was like, whoa, dude, you need to calm down a little bit. Like, you're getting a little overexcited about this. This is a little too much. So they ended the whole thing. And then I got a letter saying I was gonna go back on July 9th. I'm like, all right. Well.
I so wish that somebody would go and record this because, like, seeing you in court would be so cool.
I mean, the guy's screaming and crazy. I'm like, sir. He's like, no, this is craziness. You're messing around. I said, I'm just trying to be as honest as I can be right now. He's like, no, you're not. You're playing games. I said, well, I'm not trying to play any games. I'm just being honest. You guys want honesty? Do you guys respect honesty?
Joe, but he's right, because you're playing a game. You're playing his dumb game.
Yeah, I'm playing over his game. Well, he lost it. Mm-hmm. I've never seen someone lose it so quickly in my life. I'm serious. I've been in courtrooms where the judge starts screaming at people that you're guilty. If you're in my courtroom, you're guilty. I've had a judge say that. He said that to like 6 people, and then I come up and I'm like, oh God, I'm gonna get it so bad. I'm so freaking out now. I'm like shaking. I'm like sweating, cold sweats. And he looks at me. He goes, "What do you want?" I'm like, I want to go home. He's like, I'm not in the mood for your jokes. Look, if you're here because you did something wrong. I said, actually, I didn't do anything wrong. He goes, that's not the case. I've already said this before. If you need to be paying attention, I was like, look, where's the cop that pulled me off the porch? Because what happened was I was at a party. I was drinking beer at a party. And these cops came over and pulled me off the porch and then cited me for drinking in public. I said, where's the cop that pulled me off the porch? He goes, he's not here today, so what? I said, well, I mean, this is the guy that wrote the ticket, right? And he turned to the clerk, and then they had a discussion I couldn't hear. And then he comes back, he goes, oh, in the interest of justice, we're going to dismiss this. I'm like, what? I'm like, what just happened? And so it was dismissed. I'm like, I'm walking out the door and I'm like, I'm still not sure what happened. But I realized later on what I did was I just used the 6th Amendment. I basically said I have a right to face my accuser. But I said it in such a simple way that he was just like, I'm not going to deal with this one today. In the interest of justice, this case is being dismissed. That's what he said. And you guys can go look that up, what that means. So, very interesting.
Leah, if you get a letter or something, girl, I want to know. I want to know what happened.
A letter? What do you mean?
Because you didn't, you sent them a letter, you said, and you didn't pull it.
Oh, yeah.
I want to know, like, what happens next. Like, are they going to, what are they going to try and pull,
Well, I sent an email too, and I guess maybe his assistant or whoever she is, she wrote back and wrote ex parte. And my thought on that is that's a game too. I don't need to write anybody else but the judge. Like I'm going to write the judge. This is why I'm not coming. This is the codes as to what I'm, discussing with you, and your Luciferian stuff that you do. So
I
she
like
wrote me
that.
back and said ex parte. So
This is ex parte. Yeah, well, everything you guys have been doing is ex parte. You're doing all this stuff behind the scenes. I know you. They're participating in all kinds of ex parte stuff.
yeah, because the judge must have sent something. Because on my side, when I pull up the case, I can see what is listed, what is filed on the ledger, and they're talking to the other attorney or they're talking to other people, and I'm like, wait, I wasn't added to that ex parte.
Yeah.
Can you do this for unemployment too?
Yeah.
You say
So, someone's trying to talk, but it's not really coming through. I don't know if you have like bad service or something.
Can you hear me?
yeah,
Yeah,
no.
no.
Oh, I said, can you do, because I got an unemployment for my benefits and my school is coming after me. Can you do the same with that? Because they're trying to appeal misconduct, which I didn't do anything. So I'm just wondering if you could do the same with that, or is it any different?
Well. See, you're getting a benefit. So by getting a benefit, you waive a right to obtain a benefit. So I'm not really sure what are these. This is unemployment.
Yeah, it's unemployment. So I was just wondering what I should do with that. But I mean, I think it's
Um,
on this week, but I get what you're saying. It's like a benefit.
yeah. Are they trying to say that you paid too much, or you got paid too much out of the unemployment?
Well, I had a case like that where they said it was overpayment, but they haven't gave my money back yet because I paid because I didn't know at the time.
Um, oh yeah. Good luck getting that back. If you
Yeah,
paid
no, it's
it,
already.
you kiss it goodbye. They ain't gonna. The only thing you could do is just file taxes on it and just report it to the IRS that you paid those guys. You know, these debt instruments to them, and then that's probably the only way you'll be able to get a refund
Yeah, I
is
did
that
that.
way.
And then also I did the conditional acceptance like Christopher Houser. It looks like it's like so they're trying to process it. It seems like I got a manager at the IRS, but I know that the United States Treasury they really didn't talk to the IRS about anything because they're asking me for copies of the stuff. Like like I guess the Treasury didn't let them know anything. So that's where I'm at in that process. So I just found where my account and records were located. They're not even in the same state that I'm from.
Well, yeah, that's pretty normal.
Yeah, so I didn't even know, but it took them so long to tell me where my account was even located. Probably a good, I think I'm at like 6 months or so.
If you look at the back of your Social Security card, right, there's a red letter with 8 numbers. That
Yeah.
letter is connected to a Federal Reserve bank. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember the list of numbers, but if you go grab some dollar bills and go through them, it'll tell you which one it is. Like, let's say, I think B is New York, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if it's a B, then that means your account is located in New York.
Oh, wow.
Hold on, I have a couple singles here.
Okay.
L, I got L. L is California.
Oh, wow.
And K is Texas, Dallas, Texas.
Okay.
And E is Richmond, Virginia. That's all the singles I got. I only got 3 singles.
Oh, so if you look on your money, you're able to tell. Are you able to just Google it and see different ones?
Oh yeah, you could just type in Google like which letter is which Federal Reserve Bank. I have it in my Telegram group, a list of them with their routing numbers, but don't use their routing numbers if you can't do that.
Okay.
All right, but it's just there for entertainment and educational purposes only.
Okay.
All right, but yeah, at least then you'll know where your account is located.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, they're working. It's like they're working on it right now. It's just taking a little bit of time because they said that I owe taxes in 2022. when I did a due process because they were trying to lien the levy. But they said, no, we never told you to start the process yet. I was like, well, if there's an issue, you say I know, why come I can't start the process? I said, because I sent the voucher off to them and I had so much proof of like turning it in and sending information with my certified return receipt numbers. Okay, so this one says H.
So there you go. H is St. Louis, yeah.
That one say Louis.
Yeah. So your account's located in St. Louis.
Okay, but this one I just got, so it may be, is it based off, it could have been based off
The newest one.
The newest one?
Yep. If that's the newest one you got, then that's where it's at.
So, also, they just told me they think it's located in Philadelphia, so do I just need to send it off to the location in St. Louis, the information as well?
I think we're talking about two different things.
Oh.
You're talking about some kind of filing. I'm talking about your Social Security account.
Oh, no, I'm not talking. I'm talking about like the actual records and accounts of the IRS. That's what they told me my accounts were located. But it took them like 7 months to tell me where my information was located. Because I'm sending this information to different locations. They're asking me to send this here. And I'm like, okay, they haven't collected for 2022. And then for the 2023 year, when I did the conditional acceptances against this loan servicer, they got the information in the Treasury because they stamped it on the green card. I don't know, they put some type of different number on them. And so from there, I've just been following the process he tells me.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It sounds like, to make it very simple, if you paid something to them, you're probably not going to ever get it back, unless you claim it back. But, you know, it just depends on what it is exactly. So, you know, if you don't want to pay someone something, don't pay them.
Yeah.
Question them on it instead. All right, you're better off just questioning them than trying to get it back, because that's how these guys work. They will not give you this money back. They're very stingy. All right.
What about the liens? Have you done the liens before?
What? Why do you want to lien people?
I said, this is something that I learned from Christopher House. The conditional acceptances.
Well, you would lien somebody. Okay, you do a conditional acceptance, that can act as a security to lien someone.
Yeah,
but
that's
like
what
I said, yeah, but all right. Don't try to do too much that you can't handle. All right.
No. I'm asking questions. Like the other stuff was like a couple of years ago when I was learning. So I kind of have a better idea about how to go about it now than I did before. I'm more understanding the conditional acceptance, whereas the other stuff not so much.
I'm just saying, don't try to bite off more than you can chew. You know.
Yeah.
Just understand what a lien actually is, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's showing that there was an agreement made earlier, and now this person has, there's an earlier contract. The contract has not been, or the performance of the contract has not been done, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so that gives you the authority to make a claim against them. Mm-hmm. Right? The conditional acceptance would be that contract, but that has to be done first, and you have to get defaults on it before you can lien them. You have to give them due process of law. If you don't do that, then it's an invalid lien. This is why people end up going to jail for doing liens improperly, because they don't have an agreement or a contract with someone. They just lien them because they're mad at them. You don't do that. Oh, I had a fee schedule, so I liened them. Don't do that. Like you have to give them due process first.
Yeah.
All right. Maybe they'll try to do something to rectify the situation, but after all that, then yeah, you can lien them. But there's certain people you don't lien. Don't lien a judge, no matter what.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, I didn't do that. I did like a loan servicer, and then I did go through. I tried to like speak to arbitration to kind of settle the issue before.
Don't. Yeah. You ain't gonna win in arbitration.
Yeah, of course, they work together.
Yeah, they're going to do because who they get? We're going to get this arbitrator here. He's a third party. We worked with him a lot. Oh, you worked with him a lot. Oh, he's not one-sided, is he? No, he's great. Who's he great for? Me or you? Oh, I mean, well, he's a very fair guy. So why do you keep working with him if he's so fair? Yeah, no.
That's true. Yeah, you do. You're right about going through the proper process. It took me a year to even finish this because I had to make sure that I was going through the proper steps and I just wasn't going off with somebody and didn't really know what was going on. But I did do the proper steps before I did anything, and they accepted the money because they sent me the voucher, I guess. That's the receipt that paid me. So obviously they got the money. Now I'm just like, okay, I kind of want my cut, or even a little bit of their cut, or figure out how to write letters of credit, because I did get a receipt for it, even though IRS didn't even know what was it pertaining to. So I mean, I know that. I mean, I sent it to Hauser, and he said it's looking good. I didn't say anything negative about it. So.
Yeah, you don't. Here's the thing about paperwork, okay? People got to learn how to write their own paperwork. Because that's where your freedom is. Your freedom is your understanding of the knowledge, right? The understanding of the information. That's where it's at. Once you're able to start writing your own documents without the help of somebody else, there's your freedom.
Yeah, I'm learning that right now. I do some on my own a lot, like especially even with just with credit, or like I'm trying to learn how to do it with like other things as well. The conditional acceptance is like his thing, but I need to work on learning how to do that more. I do got a good base level on it though, and I started watching you and I don't know if you said Dave or like somebody stole his page. I think I was he's more, is he the ledger, the pledge or ledger or something like that? I don't know. What is their page called? With Dave?
Who?
You said somebody by the name of Dave, or like somebody stole. Yeah.
Oh yeah, they people.
Or something?
Dave teaches classes on the secure party creditor process. On Telegram, somebody was going around pretending to be me, getting people to send this scammer money for Dave's classes. So I stopped trying to do his classes, right, or host his classes, because I don't want people getting scammed. Right? It sucks because Dave's classes are great. They're amazing.
That's a piece ledger?
What?
What is his classes called? Do he have a website?
Secured Party Creditor.
Oh, it's Secured Party Creditor. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, that's what I'd be worried about most of the scammers on here. People always saying to pay somebody, but you don't know who they really is. So I just don't give nobody any money unless they,
It's not Dave W.
Oh, okay.
It's not.
Oh, well, I'm glad you explained that to me.
Yeah, I'm probably going to have to do it that way. What I'll do is I'll do a live with Dave and promote it then with, I always have to qualify it like the date is on this day. We're live on this day. It's June 16th at, 10:30 p.m. We have to do it like that because, people get scammed. The scammers they're not stupid people.
They're really smart. obviously, because I had one and it was my dean of my old school, and I'm like, is that her or it's like a it was like a record like a face recording, so it just seemed like I was like I can't hear her mouth like I can't see her mouth moving or whatever. It was like it was messed up or something, but it
Uh,
wasn't her. So I was like, someone stole stealing your identity.
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
really crazy now.
I'm so fed up with it. So I've made several notices, and I've told people. I said, if you fall for the scammer this time, after all this, you deserve to. You deserve to be scammed. I don't know what to tell you,
Somebody
people. Like,
somebody got scammed for $700. That's
yeah,
insane.
there's a scammer. Everybody, there's a scammer. I don't want to talk about the scammer anymore. I'm tired
Okay,
of it.
do it.
It's been like this whole day has been revolving
Oh,
around a fucking scammer. I'm like so done with it. My day has
oh,
involved a scammer. So, and
oh no.
yeah. So, hi Kansas, how you doing?
I'm doing good. I didn't want to
Okay.
interrupt.
No, I'm just
No,
grateful for you.
I just want to stop talking about the scammer. The scammer is like stomping on my day. So please, let's not talk about it anymore. I've had enough with the scammer. I've had
Okay.
several people messaging me saying I scammed them out
No,
of
Oh
money. And
no.
I'm like, it's not me. It's a scammer. I made videos on Rumble. I made videos on Telegram. I put videos up on TikTok, which were taken down by TikTok, right?
yep.
About the
Well,
scammer.
well,
I'm
you don't
tired of
say
talking about the
nothing.
scammer. Guys, there's a scammer. If you fall for the scammer, it's your fault now. Period. I ain't asking you to buy crypto.
Yeah, I know.
Period. I don't do crypto. I'm not selling it. Let's stop talking about the scammer, please. I've got videos up about it. I don't want to deal with it anymore.
You're okay. You're fine. You're not
All
gonna
right. So please, I don't want to talk about the scammer anymore. There's a scammer. We all know there's one. Please. Kansas, what's going on?
I've sent 3 FOIA requests to New Jersey for this company that I had with my TSP that's part of Broadridge Financial Solutions, and they keep sending me stuff back from a ghostwriter. So I found the corporate office in New York, and they go by Broadridge Financial Solutions up there, but they say that their address is Lake Success, New York. Well, when I go to USPS.com and try to find the actual address, it says it's New Hyde Park, New York. And I'm like, why isn't the company even given the right address? So I sent the 4th FOIA request to the CEO of Broadridge telling them I want proof that they sent that money to the IRS. My husband keeps telling me I just need to ask the IRS if they received any money on my behalf, and I'm like, I don't think they're going to tell me that because I'm thinking they're going to tell me no, they haven't received anything. That's why the ghostwriters keep giving me all this bullshit that I had to mandatorily give them 20% for the
Oh,
IRS.
oh, you need to give us 20% for what? Because we said so. No,
Well,
no, no, that works when I'm 5.
well, on my FOIA, I said I want the original wedding signature, and I wanted to have my W-4R back that I clearly completed with clean hands and good faith. But you go ahead and do an automatic 20%. If my form was wrong, why didn't you send it back to me and tell me it was wrong?
Yeah.
No. Well, they're stealing. I would
Yeah.
just report it to the IRS that they stole your money.
Well, that's what my husband says I should do. And I listened to you and I took your advice. Even though I'd been a postmaster for 17 and a half years, I finally stopped taking the benefit, and now I have a P.O. box.
Oh, wow, there you go. Did you take the numbers off your house?
Yep, yep. I even removed the mailbox.
Oh, that's great. Now you just got to create an affidavit. But take like a, you know what I would do? I'd do something cute. Take like a little wire fence and put it around the mailbox, and go. Here is the property known as like 315 Lake Avenue.
Yeah, I was advised that I need to rename my property because I have my bounds. I had a surveyor come out and we have our pins in the ground. And so I know where their easement ends and my property begins.
There you go.
So I'm going to purchase some of those yard signs that have the address and street name. And then I think I have to do a quiet deed or a quiet title? What do I have to do next to rename my property?
Let me see. Rename the property.
Where it's no longer 1633 New Orleans, and I rename it as what I want it.
Oh, yeah. I don't know what that would be.
Because I
mean,
I have my section, township, and range to make my meets and bounds. I know that it's the right half of the fourth section of the right half. You know how they write it up in the BLM, Bureau of Land Management.
Yeah, someone said, as for the original builder's title, I think if we got the original land patent, right?
Yeah, I requested the certified copies of the original land patents, but because of the town layout, we have these additions and these lots, and so I only have like 150 feet by 75 feet within that land patent.
Yeah, well, what you could do is you can claim that portion that you're sitting on, right? And say, yeah, that is mine.
The other conundrum I find myself in is that the land that I own, that I think I own, that I paid all my mortgages off years ago, it was originally a Indian reservation. So am I stealing land from the Indians? But the Indians didn't actually claim the land, you know?
Yeah, they didn't. So, yeah, that's an interesting situation. But
because I'm also part of the Louisiana Purchase. Right.
So, okay. So wait, so that means that the land patent there would have been, or the when it was sold, the original property was signed by the president at the time when it was sold.
Yep. President Lincoln.
All right, so there you go. So you have Lincoln's signature on it.
Yep.
So, yeah, you can make an allodial title from that.
Okay.
You can actually get an allodial title. So you're pretty much set up to do that. Now all you got to do really is separate out that, yes, that address is there. I don't collect mail there because I'm not receiving that benefit. This is the scary thing. This is like the borderline thing. You gotta make a decision if you want to do this or not. You could quit claim deed. So what I would like to do is separate out that property, right? That address as being that mailbox that's way up on by the sidewalk over there.
Yep.
Right, or by the street.
Yep. It's
that's why I like
on the other side of the city sidewalk. Yep.
Yeah, and then a little fence on it too, whatever if you want. Just go, yeah, that little 1 by 2 square foot. That is 315 Westlake Avenue, or whatever the street name is, and then quit claim deed it to the county. And they go, well, what's the rest of this? Oh, that's private property. I'm not going to register that because it's private.
But then what's private is public and what's public is private. So,
well, if you quit claim deed the address, now they have to pay the property taxes there, right?
So I rename it what I want to rename it as. That's what I put on the quit claim deed.
Yeah, you could just make, you could do something like where you make a your own town or county or something like that, and make that land that name or something like that, and then you could just claim it as like it's out of their jurisdiction. Oh, this is a different town over here. Yeah, this is a town of the Nihao Indians. I don't know, something, whatever you want to call it. And
I could say it was part of the reservation.
There you go. So, well, this is Indian reservation land here. So. Get out of here. They go, wait a second. And if they go check the records, they'll be like, yeah, she's not lying. So what are they going to do? Yeah, I'm reclaiming this for the Indians. Quietly. I don't know. That's borderline because then the Indians can come to the land. You don't want that either. So you could say you claimed it for your tribe. and then your
Yeah.
tribe is, you and your husband.
Yep. Yeah. Well, I was watching some of the old Winston Shroud videos. You know
Oh
who
yeah.
he is?
Oh yeah, yeah. I remember that guy.
Okay, so he was talking about the renaming the property, and I was like trying to grasp the idea, and that's when I finally listened to you one more time where you said if you claiming that benefit, because yeah, I'm getting that city carrier to come down the street and throw it in the box. Okay, I removed the house numbers or removed the box, rented the PO box. I no longer accept that benefit.
Yeah, it's a small price to pay to get one less benefit from them.
I accept all gifts. I deny all benefits.
There you go. That's right. Yeah, I've seen people win court cases like that. I waive all benefits, and they go, "What? Okay." And the cases get dropped off and stuff like that.
My husband keeps telling me, "Well, you're 65. You should be getting your Social Security." And I'm like, "Nope. Yeah, it's not mine. It's the legal fictitious entity that they made that account with. They stole it from me.
Yep.
And if I accept it, then I'm an accomplice to a crime. I don't want to accept it. Wait till I'm 70 and say, give it all back, you thieves."
There you go.